Fuck the Los Angeles Lakers.
Fuck them. And that's how we start the show off by saying
That's how we feel. Fuck them. In every sense of the lettering. Brought to you by Richard Pryor.
yes.
But unfortunately, the first time in a long time, and the first time under Steve Kerr, that the Warriors is a series that's not in the NBA Finals, and it's the first time the Warriors have been eliminated in a series since the 2014 quarterfinals against the Clippers.
Which 10 days later got Mark Jackson fired and Steve Kerr was hired.
Yes. So, I'll just say it like this. I mean, I already pretty much said what I said in my post. For a lot of us that grew up Warrior fans, most of our lives has been very crappy, shitty basketball, mixed in with some Run TMC, mixed in with a fantastic run We Believe, which, of course, yesterday was the infamous Baron Davis, give me your head, which is one of the greatest playoff dunks of all time, and certainly one of the greatest dunks of our history. We just want to see the Warriors win one title in our lifetime.
Just one.
They gave us four. They gave us four in an 8-year span.
Yeah.
So we really can't complain of what they've done by far since they moved to the Bay Area in 1961, 62.
Should have been five. Should have been five.
Six for what it's worth.
Could have been six. Yes.
Could have been six.
But we'll take four. We'll take four.
The fact is, in an 8-year span, they gave us four, and they went to the finals 5 consecutive years. So
spoiled.
Really can't complain.
Spoiled.
Really can't complain. Like I said, since they moved to the Bay Area from Philadelphia in the 1961-1962 season, this has been by far the best era of Warriors basketball. Certainly in Mizzle's and my lifetime.
Definitely.
In the mid to late 70s, the Warriors had some very damn good teams too, of course, led by the Hall of Famer, the great Rick Barry, one of the great all-time Warriors, to which they did win the title in 74-75 as a 6 seed, mind you. Can't forget that. But the Lakers were the better team in the series, hence why they won the series in 6. They won the series.
Really?
Huh?
Were they? Were they really? Okay. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were. Because, as I said, and I said this many times on this show, I said it many times on my page, I said 2 factors were going to be in this series. One, which version of Anthony Davis we're going to get, and which bench was going to be more efficient and effective. And you got the good Anthony Davis, and the Laker bench was very, very effective in the series. And really, that was the difference in why the Lakers won this series in 6.
And let's
as I said,
let's also tip our cap to Darvin Ham, man, for him to take this team over in his first year taking his team over.
Absolutely.
Okay. And not Darvin Ham though, but like I said earlier, let's give Rob Pelinka some fucking credit because the Lakers were shit.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for that trade, they were shit. They would never be where they at now. Pelinka didn't pull off that trade because I'll tell you one thing. Remember when LeBron was hurt? Remember unforeseeable future. They didn't know when he was coming back, right? Until they started to win, and then LeBron was like, "Oh, the foot feel better. Yeah, the foot feels a lot better. Let's go ahead and go do this." He had already rolled up the season, but when they started to win, and that team started to climb without LeBron, and when AD was showing his ass off before he tore his, they were out. So I would have to say Darvin Ham and Rob Pelinka gets credit for turning the ship around and getting the Lakers 4 games away of getting back to the finals. So that's about the only fucking credit I'm going to give their ass for that shit as I sip my tequila so we can continue to talk about this bullshit atrocity.
Well, I'm about to go take another drink because I'm going to do something I rarely do. But credit must be given to where credit is due. The king of flop set the pace tonight and played outstanding. There's no other two ifs, ands about it. LeBron was outstanding. And again, take away the flopping and it's crying to the referees. You take that away, you cannot deny what the talent LeBron James is. And that's just the God honest truth. That's as I have been saying forever his whole entire career. I always keep saying, stop with the Jordan comparisons. Yeah. Stop with the Kobe comparisons.
He's his own
players. LeBron James is his own person, but other than that, he's a stronger, faster, thicker version of Magic Johnson that can just shoot a little bit better than Magic. Because his basketball IQ, his vision on the passes, and how he can just dictate the pace of a game is unparalleled. Now, again, yes, we make fun of LeBron all the damn time because we can't stand when he flops and crashes to officials. Can't stand it. But when it comes to his basketball IQ and him as just a pure talent, you cannot deny that. You cannot. And he was outstanding. Man played 43 minutes, shot 10 of 14 from the floor, only took 3 threes, made 2 of them, and scored 30. It was the only time. It was the only time he scored 30 in this whole entire series. But also,
he picked the right time to do it. Picked the right time. He had a supporting cast though.
Yes, he did.
Austin Reeves showed his ass.
Well, Austin Reeves, first off,
going to be a basketball player.
To be an undrafted free agent, and to show off his talent like that, showed why the Lakers did not give up on him.
Yeah,
like I said, Lonnie Walker again in 14 minutes scores 13 points, which again, and I'll go back to Game 4 when Lonnie Walker was going off in the fourth quarter. You have a very good defender on the bench named Gary Payton II. Why the fuck is he not in there guarding him? Why is Steph Curry guarding him? And that's something that Steve Kerr must get called on because it's like, Kerr, come on now. You've seen every possible situation. You've seen every possible situation in basketball. You know he's got the hot hand. Put a defender on him. But I digress. D'Angelo Russell shot the ball well, 7 of 15. And kudos to Darvin Ham for starting Schroeder instead of Vanderbilt. It paid dividends tonight. Again, Darvin Ham outcoached Steve Kerr in the series. That's all you can say. It's very rare that Kerr gets outcoached in the playoffs, but in this particular aspect, Darvin Ham outcoached him. And kudos to them for doing it. But on the flip side, despite the fact that he was playing sick, Kevon Looney just continues to play his ass off.
Iron Man.
Looney had 18 rebounds, scored 9 points. He was outstanding. Dante DiVincenzo did all that he could to try to force the Game 7.
He was about the only one that helped out Curry. He was about the only one that helped out Curry tonight.
He had 16, but I mean, it was like, what more could Wardell have done? Yes, it was a volume 32 points because he took 28 shots. But at the same time, it's just like
nobody else was scoring. He didn't get no help.
What more could he do? Because it's like Klay.
Where was Klay?
Where the fuck were you?
Where was Klay?
You talked all that mess about how I've been waiting for this my whole career. You only showed up in Game 2 and you disappeared after that.
You want a max contract at the end of the year. Well, the year's over, but you want 45 mil plus. Are we just supposed to just go off of your previous? This ain't the Giants, man. This ain't the baseball Giants team to where they pay you for your achievements back then. No. This is the what have you done for me lately type of thing. Klay didn't do a damn thing. A damn thing. Now I can't even say that he was down on the defensive end doing his thing. He wasn't doing shit.
And we love Klay Thompson.
Oh, I love Klay Thompson to death.
We love Klay Thompson. We absolutely love him.
We about to be the New York media on Klay Thompson right now. Where the fuck were you? Where were you? Bro? Where were you? Those Splash Brothers needed you, and you were nowhere to be found. Nowhere.
You got the bag.
His ass gotta go, bro. He got it. At
You
least
got the bag and you disappeared. You got the bag and you disappeared. Now, I've read now before we were coming on the show, I was reading some stuff on KBR. One thing I do agree with, one thing I don't agree with. Yes, I agree trading Jordan Poole. However, I do not agree with them trading Jonathan Kuminga. I don't.
oh, see,
Let Kuminga.
the trade that I heard was trade Poole and Wiggins to Boston for Jaylen Brown. And I'm like, I don't want to lose Wiggins. I don't want to know. We're not losing Wiggins. No. Hell no.
As much as I love Jaylen Brown,
Yes.
we both love Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We both saw what Jaylen Brown did at UC Berkeley live with our own two eyes.
But, me four.
Well, okay, our 6 eyes combined saw the talent of what Jaylen Brown was going to be at California Berkeley on the same gym that Jason Kidd was throwing dimes on.
But no, I don't want to lose
and
Wiggins.
Leon Poe was dunking on people.
I don't want to lose Wiggins. It's almost like how when they were talking about getting Harden, I was like, Maxey better not be a part of that deal. If Maxey's a part of that deal, I'm gonna be pissed. We should not lose Wiggins. And I love this organization. I trust Bob Myers, but if Bob Myers puts Wiggins in any trade talks.
Well, speaking of that, there's no guarantee that Bob Myers might be back because remember, his contract has expired. And he's always gone on a year-by-year basis being the GM. But again, as I said on my post, I trust Joe Lacob.
Oh, I do.
Joe Lacob has not done anything to make me be like, I gotta question you.
No, never.
Ever since he's bought this team, even though yes, we were pissed that bless you. Yes, we were pissed a fan favorite got traded, but at the end, it was the right move to make. It was like, you know what, we're going to build around Curry, and here we are, 4 banners later.
And I believe they will get the shit right.
I have no reason not to trust Joe Lacob because he is committed to being about winning and trying to raise banners, which is something I cannot say for the Oakland A's ownership, but that's another story for another topic for another day. But Draymond Green struggled. And kudos to Wiggins. Wiggins gave everything he had with some messed up ribs.
Thank you.
But Wiggins gave everything he got, and for that, you keep a man like that on your team. You just do.
You're damn right you do.
You just do. You just do. And I mean, again,
like I would love Jaylen Brown to come play with Curry. Ooh.
Yeah.
Curry, Brown, and Wiggins.
But I'm not giving up Wiggins to get Jaylen.
We don't do that. Then I would have to add. Then that's probably about the only time I'll question Lacob. Like, bro, Wiggins has been treated like a stepchild when he got into the league until he got to the Warriors. We embraced him. We like, bro, just you can do you. We ain't worried about all that other stuff you did when you was with Cleveland and Cleveland traded you off to the Timberwolves and all that shit like that. No. You a Warrior, bro. We got you. So no, Wiggins don't need to go nowhere. I'd rather lose Jordan Poole because, like you said, he got the bag. I mean, just the turnovers was just horrendous. His shot selection was horrendous.
Well, the whole thing started when Draymond Green punched him in practice, and he's been in his feelings ever since. Kind of the same way KD was after KD got into his feelings after what Draymond said in the huddle against the Clippers in KD's last season.
I mean, what?
With the Warriors.
It's true. I mean, he called you a bitch, bro. You acted like a bitch. It ain't like the first time you probably called that.
No.
I believe the Jordan Poole situation was way worse than the KD situation. I'm
sure it was, but the fact is you just could not bounce back off that and be the Poole that you was last season that everybody had come to know and love. So,
technically, to me, that speech that Curry gave when Poole got on the bus, he was full of shit.
Being Poole's that probably is, because I mean, like, because Curry's not a vocal guy. He's not. Curry leads by example. He lets his play on the court solidify why he is the strongest of the ring. So if he talks like the Undertaker, STFU, and listen.
Straight up. Straight up. Straight
up. I mean, it was the same. I mean, it was the same way with Joe Montana. Joe Montana hardly talked. He was not a vocal person. And then when he gave that speech after the Niners beat the Vikings, and Joe Montana said a curse word, you're like, what? Joe Montana said ass? Or Joe Montana said kick their ass? You know, it was serious. So
I don't think that's considered a cuss word.
When Wardell said something, well, I mean, back in the 80s when we weren't, around our parents, we didn't curse. being around the parents and whatnot. But I mean, just the fact that they had to bleep out a word that Montana would say, the Golden Boy, you're just like, whoa, he's serious. But again, I do expect this Warriors team to be different coming into 2023, 2024. It's definitely not a rebuild. It's definitely not they're definitely going to try to add some things. But one thing they do have to add is they do have to add a rim protector, because being undermanned was hugely exposed in this series.
Small ball ain't working no more. Small ball ain't working no more.
That's credit to Darvin Ham. That's a credit to Anthony Davis, like I said, who was outstanding in the series, which, shows why the Lakers are advancing, as much as it pains me to say that. But they got a problem by the name of the Joker, who is a walking triple-double.
What I tell you was going to do. What I tell you was going to do.
And not to mention, you got to play in altitude 5280 above sea level. And not to mention, there's a guy by the name of Jamal Murray that is awaiting to have this rematch, because this is a rematch from the bubble in the 2020 Western Conference Finals, to which the Lakers did win in 5, to which the Lakers did claim the Walt Disney World Mickey Mouse trophy, for lack of a better term. So it's going to be about that. And like you said on your post when Freddie was replying back, AD versus the Joker is going to be the matchup. Because as we know,
I believe AD don't have an answer for Joker, and I believe Joker won't have a problem, won't have an answer for AD. So it's just going to be the matter of who go get the defense. But I'll tell you this one thing: every time the Joker walk into any arena, it's a triple-double in his bag. I'll be just saying, it's he's going to do his thing. The man had a 59-point triple-double in a loss. Okay, so you know the thing about it, it's almost like what the Warriors were trying to do, and I think Denver will do. It's going to be more easier for Denver because Joker brings the ball up court. And he has the ball in his hand. You know how they were trying to get AD out the middle with the screen. So
the point center.
AD ain't gonna be able to sit back. He gonna have to come out there, or they gonna have to play a zone. And if you play a zone, good luck.
And not to mention, Mr. Jokic can shoot.
That's what I'm saying. AD gonna have to come out, or they gonna have to play a zone. One of the two, and that's gonna burn you. That's still gonna burn you if you play the zone. But it's like same thing. I don't think the Lakers defense is going to have a slight issue just with Joker alone because of what things that he can do with passing the ball and this, that, and the third. And he can score. And he can take the ball off the dribble. I think Denver might have a little slight defense problem too, because I don't think Joker can play AD one-on-one, because AD can bring the ball out too, and he can shoot the jumper. So the court is going to be open. This is going to be an open game to where one defense is going to have to figure out how to stop one offense.
Well, here's the thing. The Lakers are a better defensive team, but their transition defense is still piss poor.
Yes.
It
Denver runs.
And of course, you play an altitude. Of course you run. Which is going to lead out to possibly Porter being open in the wing for 3.
Yeah.
Which can lead to KCP being open in the corner for 3, and of course Jamal Murray can shoot the ball from any goddamn where.
Yeah.
So that's just a given. Um, so I mean, I definitely see it going six. Six for sure.
Who you picking in that six?
You know what I'm picking. Ain't no that is like me saying I'm going to cheer for the Arlington Cowboys.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
That's like that. That's like saying you are going to root for the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos.
I don't give
exactly my point. Exactly my point.
I don't give a damn if they playing against your atrocious team in the Super Bowl. I'll just be watching the Super Bowl. Well, I don't care.
Well, trust me, I know.
With me,
of course, I'm picking the Denver Nuggets to win in six.
I second that. I don't see no reason why, other than maybe it possibly can go seven, but I don't think it can go seven. It's going to be a battle. That's all I can say. It's going to be this is a good heavyweight fight. So I don't think nobody on Denver can guard LeBron. LeBron is unguardable. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You know, when he decides he wants to play big boy basketball, like he really become like you saw when he did in this game.
Yes.
Know,
when he decides he wants to attack the rim and do layups off the glass, there's nobody on earth other than maybe his clone that can stop him.
Well, yeah. Other than that, because it's almost the three things. He's gonna get the bucket, you're gonna foul him, or he's gonna get the and one along with the foul. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like Embiid in the low post. It's like Embiid in the low block. Three things are gonna happen.
Brother, I was nervous tonight, and I'm also nervous for Sunday. It's
well, you're the only show in town on Sunday.
And that's the thing, man. That's the only bright side that I can feel is that James Harden has had 2 games that was spectacular in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I need a solid 25 from him. 25. I need them to feed the.
Now, before we preview Game 7 on Sunday, the Heat culture is very, very real.
I told you it was over.
Well, your prediction actually was right. It went 6, and the Heat won 6, but it was a typical ugly East Coast Eastern Conference game. But first off, kudos to Jalen Brunson. The man did everything he possibly solitarily could to keep the Knicks in this game.
Except that costly turnover at the end.
With 14. Yeah, but also at the same time, Josh Hart, you see your man getting doubled. You were open at the top of the key, but you see him double. Come to the wing to get the ball. Come to your teammate to get the ball. Just don't stand there.
That's taught all the way down from NAAU.
Yeah. That is basketball 1-on-1. You see your guy double team, you go to him and say, "Give me the ball."
That's you can also say that in football. What do they tell the wide receiver when you see the quarterback in distress?
Come back route, come back to the ball.
Unless you got the go route and he can throw the ball that far.
Yes.
Simple football 101.
But if you see him scrambling, and I say this all the time on my A7FL broadcast, if you see him scrambling, come back to him. Come back route. Go to the sideline. But what do I know? I just do a sports show and I commentate football. That's all I know. But hey.
Ridiculous.
But Stephen A. Smith really let out some passion during the halftime of the Warriors game. He said, "Okay,
Julius Randle got to go." He said
Julius Randle has got to go. He said, "Go get Damian Lillard by any means."
He said one more other player too. I can't remember who it was, but it was another player he said as well. But yeah, he said Julius Randle got to go.
He said Julius Randle's got to go. But he said get Damian Lillard to play with Brunson. Like I said, Brunson was outstanding.
Fantastic.
With the exception with the exception of the Conference Tournament, he had 41 points,
Yeah. Oh,
shot 14 to 22 from the floor, 5 of 10 from 3, had 40. But
what more can you
again, what more can you ask? But as I said, yes, Jimmy Butler is the into the mix to go. But again, as I often say, yes, Jimmy is the key cog. But again, as I've been saying, the Heat goes as Bam Adebayo goes, and Bam was amazing tonight. 23 points, 9 rebounds, but also again Struce with some big buckets in the end. But again, I keep saying that the Heat culture is real, and again, first off, in the last 12 years, well, 13 years now, in the last 13 years, since 2010, Eric Spoelstra is coaching in his 7th conference final. Eric Spoelstra's name. And now, for the third time in the last 4 seasons, the Miami Heat will be a part of the NBA's Final Four.
again?
Keep that in mind. Again. Okay?
Basketball down there, they're doing it quietly. Well, now it ain't quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's not quiet. Bro, they
But again,
took out a 1 seed. They took out the Knicks.
yes.
And now they just chilling, waiting
Yes.
for the number 2 or 3 seed to handle their business.
And they lost their first play-in game. We're forgetting that part. Forgetting that part.
Jesus.
People, they lost their first play-in game, and now they're playing the conference finals.
Unbelievable,
That
man.
is that is insane.
Unbelievable.
Like, but again, that is credit to
Pat Riley, Eric
credit Pat
Spoelstra.
Riley. That's credit Eric Spoelstra. That's credit to Glenn Rice as a scout. That's credit. I'm trying to find the actual owner of the damn team.
When you said Glenn Rice is a scout,
Glenn Rice is a scout for the Miami Heat. Yes,
the
he
41
is.
himself, Mr. Stroke.
Number 41 number 41 himself, part of the original Heat. But again, that just goes to the job that Mickey Arson and Nick Arson has done as the owners and the executive officers. Of course, Pat Riley being the president,
Yes.
whatnot, and of course, that's just what they do. They just find ways to win games.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
And I know eventually it's going to come down to where Miami's going to go, because they're going to be the road team. They're just trying to they're going to Philly, or if they're going to Boston. Now we go to Game 7 in Parquet, Florida, where the Sixers have won twice on the road in this series. It is a hell of an effort to try to ask them to do it for a third time, but this is what they have to do since they lay the egg in Game 6 in the final stretch, to where Jason Tatum, who was having the crappiest of games, woke up in the fourth quarter and scored 16 big points to give the Celtics the win. And once he started hitting threes, my partner just said, it's over. They're going back to Boston. So, how do they have the enviable task of winning a third game on the parquet floor in Boston, Massachusetts on Sunday, which you can see at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12:03 Pacific on ABC? The floor is now yours.
It's going to be tough. If Harden can just replicate half of the 2 games he's done in Boston, if the pressure is down, and B got to touch the ball, he got to be fed the ball more. I mean, he should be the focal point in the beginning of the game, and then maybe you get the 2-way thing going with him and Harden. Nothing too bad to say about Maxey, because Maxey has been showing up the whole playoff. So maybe we can hopefully he can replicate what he did in the I want to say what game 5 was it game 5 before? Yeah, game 5. He can replicate just some of what he did. He was 5. I think I want to say 5 or 6 behind the 3-point line in that game. Maybe get 3. PJ, if PJ Tucker hits 2 threes in the corner, we have a chance. I know he's going to be down there playing defense.
Well, heck, Niang hit some big shots too.
He did. The bench was decent. The bench was decent, but Jaylen Brown is going to get his. But we can't allow Tatum. I mean, he was on the fence already, and they allowed him to just get going. That can't happen again.
It's gonna happen. What really cannot happen for Philadelphia is Marcus Smart cannot be a threat offensively. If he's scoring,
he's hitting threes.
Yeah. If he's making shots, that's going to be a problem for Philadelphia. But again,
don't let Al Horford get going either. Lord,
again, here's the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is Doc Rivers is playing a lot of Game 7s. And it's been shown that his record has not been good in Game 7.
Nope.
So, here's my question to you, my good friend. If somehow Boston pulls away again, is it time to go a new direction? Is it time to get a new voice in that locker room in Philadelphia?
I would have to go with yeah. Yes. Yeah. And it also it also goes on how the game is played. Now, if they just come up there and just shit the bed and wet the bed, yeah. But if it's competitive and it comes down to the end and maybe it's a shot that they don't make or, Boston makes the shot at the end, I can more live with that more than if they come out there and Boston just whoops the life out of them, then yeah, that means because Doc Rivers didn't have them prepared. That it always starts with the coach. Even though the players are the players, whatever. But that means he didn't make no adjustments at halftime or nothing like that. So yeah, it goes on the game, how the game is played. So we should revisit this Sunday/Monday morning. Then I can answer the question because that's when the game will be decided. I can't decide the game right now. I can just hope that it's competitive. When we come out there, James Harden has to show that he can play a lot better just in 2 games because he disappeared. He disappeared in game 5. Pretty much everybody disappeared in game 5. It was just they looked lethargic at the end of the game. It wasn't like they just gave up. So the energy is going to have to be out there. And James Harden, there it is.
Yeah, but also, if I am Joel Embiid, I am demanding that you give me the ball in the low block. You have Joel. Yes, I like how he says I have to finish the job, but you need to be in that low block. You need to be like Shaq. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Get the fouls.
Yeah, you have to do that because there is nobody stopping you in the low block. There's nobody that can stop you from getting into the basket because you were coming up and hitting the mid range with ease, and you were hitting the 12 and 10 footer with ease with just the finesse touch. Nobody is stopping you when you do that. This is why you've been voted the MVP. You finally got your due. So now,
why?
This is where the MVP of the league has got to do it.
Iverson is stepping up in a situation like that.
But we saw what Iverson did in Game 7 against the Raptors in the semifinals to get them to the conference finals to beat the Bucks. And that was a very talented Bucks team in 2001 with Ray Allen and Sam Cassell and the big dog Glenn Robinson.
Iverson showed them nah, this is my year. So this is where Embiid is gonna. This is where he has to show he's the MVP. And like I said, the offense has, and everybody's gonna have to be prepared when that double team or that slight triple team comes at Embiid. Somebody's gonna have to be there. And I need Tobias Harris to be on his shit. If Tobias Harris gets going, I feel a little comfortable because he's the mismatch, especially when the Boston goes small and they try to match up. Tobias Harris is that matchup that you should be going down low, and he should be getting to the basket.
Well, I'll say this: he played well defensively in Game 6.
He did.
Defensively, he was very good.
He got a few. He was, I think he was locking up Tatum. And then when the switch came on, whoever and Brown, PJ Tucker was all. I need PJ Tucker to be really in his bag and be on Brown and be cool with it, And the last thing I want is the refs let them play. Now, if it's a foul that you look that if it's a foul, yes,
it's Game 7.
Let these grown men, let these millionaires.
If it's obvious, then yes, call it. But
even for my Sixers, I just want a clean fight. I want this game to be good, well down the line, and it just is done by the players and not the referees. Let these coaches coach. And I can't have both my teams go out by first-year coaches, man. That will be painful.
And not to mention bitter rivals. That would really be a double whammy for you.
Be painful. Just as bad when the Lakers beat my Sixers in the finals. That's painful.
Yeah.
Just like the Lakers beat my Warriors. That's painful. All this pain.
Yeah, it is definitely not fun by any stretch of the imagination. I can't flip and stand it. It hurts. It sucks. It sucks major, gigantic donkey nuts because, again, that's the one team you don't want to lose to is them. So
any LA team, period.
Yes. But again, as much as we despise them, we always tend to give teams proper due on the show because we do like to be fair and give them their due when they play well. And again, that damn team that wears purple and gold that plays Los Angeles did well. Hence why they are advancing to the conference finals.
Damn good.
To play the Nuggets.
And I even say this. Kudos to Anthony Davis for putting the media to a little hush hush. He was mighty consistent in this series, and he was a rebounding machine. He was dependable. I'll say that. And the Lakers bench outplayed the Warriors bench. Then that's
facts.
So
that is factual.
Let's see how they do against Denver. That should be good.
I agree. It's going to be a fantastic series. I would not expect anything less. I just expect.
Hell, I even going to go out on a whim and say this.
He's going.
The Lakers will take Game 1.
Really?
I think the Lakers will take Game 1.
Wow, that's.
Especially because Game 1 ain't till Tuesday.
Correct.
So
even though the Nuggets will have one more extra day of rest.
Yeah, I'll agree. I just believe that the Lakers will come out there. I think the Lakers will take Game 1. That's just where I'm gonna leave it at that. And if I'm wrong, I will be happy to be wrong.
The one time he will be happy to be wrong in a prediction
No,
is
no,
if the
no, no,
damn
no. You know I like to be proven wrong if I say something. You know, that's even when I sit here and tell you what the Raiders, yeah, the Raiders ain't about to do this. And you be like, well, my friend. And I be like, hey, well, shit. But in this situation, I really hope
it
I'm wrong.
has happened.
So like, there you go, Laker fans. All the Laker fans that watch the show. There you go. There's your. You're still losing the series, but you'll take game one. There you go.
He is really trying to stick it to him.
But if you don't take game one,
Bye.
see, the emotion's the same. If you took game one, I'm right. But if you still lose, see, there's nothing changes.
Well, we said this was going to be a rapid fire edition, and that it is a rapid fire edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show as we give the Warriors their last rites, and unfortunately have to give that team in purple and gold credit. But we will see what happens when it's Game 7 on Sunday afternoon between the Sixers and the Celtics.
It could be another angry show.
It could be. It could be another show full of passion. You never know.
Hey, they gonna be. Work is gonna be very interesting tomorrow.
Yeah, it
Not
is
tomorrow.
definitely going to be
Sunday.
for sure.
Sunday. Excuse me, Sunday, not tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow because today's Saturday. Whatever. But anyway, work is gonna be interesting. And it's 12. Is that gonna be on ABC?
It is on ABC at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific Standard Time.
I'll get to watch a little bit of it before I get to go to work, so I'll be in my car then. So people will be seeing me go crazy in the car either way until I get into the. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting Sunday.
Until it gets into the. Yeah, it will be.
Make sure everybody say Happy Mother's Day.
No, we're going to be queuing Elton John. Yes. Please make sure that you appreciate Mom, even though you
do it every day.
You know,
on your day. On your day. Never did.
But we thank you for watching this rapid fire edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show. And one more time, fuck the Lakers. Damn them. Damn them. Damn them. Even though they won the series, still damn them. But he is Mizzle. And for Richard Pryor. Joining us live on the shirt. It is 12 o'clock. Damn it. Go Nuggets.
Eat shit, Laker fans.